The experiment what we are going to do now is load test on DC shunt motor. Okay, so the connections are given as per the circuit diagram what is mentioned here. I have connected all the circuits with the help of this connecting wires, and with the the components present in this nothing but the voltmeter 300 up to 300 0 to 300 volt range, and ammeter 0 to 5 amp ammeter 0 to 10 amp, and I have connected a rheostat which has the value of 350 ohm, 1.1 amp, and this is what the DC shunt motor. So as I said in previous experiments, first thing what we are going to notice the nameplate details of the motor. So we are going to note down the value of voltage, maximum current, as well as maximum speed of the motor, and horsepower ratings, as well as other things are given here. So we are going to note this value. Why? Because we should not vary the value of voltage or current or the speed of the motor more than these values. So this is the maximum tolerable value of this motor. That is what given in the nameplate detail specifications. And coming back to the experiment, now we are going to start the experiment. So we are going to vary the load with the help of this brake drum and spring balance. By varying the spring balance the readings, your load is going to get varied. As well as the load is increased, what happens, the value of voltage and current is going to get varied. Now we are going to start the experiment. So we are switching on the motor with the help of this DC switch, and here's the 3-point starter. We already know the starter which is used to start our DC shunt motor is 3-point starter. So we have started the motor starts running. The thing what we are going to do now is we are going to initially set the speed at 1500 rpm. So that is what the standard speed. I am going to vary the speed of your field current, so which in turn your speed is going to get varied. So now the value of speed I have kept is 1500 rpm. So I have switched the speed to 1500 rpm. Now I am going to increase the value of load. So here is the spring balance. So by increasing the tension given to the spring, what happens, your load is going to get increased in the brake drum. So I am increasing the I am giving stress to the brake drum, which in turn acts as a load to the motor. So I am varying the spring balance here. Here is the reading for the spring balance. I am going to initially set the spring balance value at S1. We call it as S1 and S2. That is spring balance 1 reading and spring balance 2 reading. So initially I have kept the value of spring balance 1 reading at 2 and spring balance 2 reading at 5. Okay. So now we can see the change in value of voltage. Voltage is not varied. It is mildly varied, but the value of current is going to get varied. So here initially I have set the spring balance to 4 amp current. So I am increasing the spring balance. So opposite direction. Yeah. So now I have set the value of current, your armature current at 4 amps, and we are going to measure the speed of the motor. So the things what we are going to measure here is, first thing, the supply voltage, your line current, the speed and spring balance reading. Other things, torque, output power, input power, efficiency will be calculated using the formulas. And for 4 amp of armature current, the speed of the motor is 68 rpm or 70 rpm. Now I am going to vary the spring balance, so which in turn I am going to vary the value of current. So my current value is I have kept the current at 5 amp. Okay. So now the value of speed is going to get varied. So my speed is 1448 rpm. So the speed of the motor is being varied as the load increases. Okay. So what is the relation? What we understand from this experiment is, as we increase the load given to the motor, what happens to the current? The current flowing to the motor is being increased. Okay. So as the value of current increases, what happens? By giving the load, the speed of the motor decreases. In order to maintain the speed to maximum value, what happens? The current tends to flow more into the motor, but there is a there is a tolerable limit for every motor. So even the current is increased in the motor, the speed of the motor is decreased by giving the load. This is what we understand from this experiment, and this is what load test on DC shunt motor. And we will be drawing this graph, relation between your speed as well as output power, efficiency as well as output power, current versus output power, and torque versus output power, and speed versus torque characteristics. These are the characteristics curve what we are going to draw for this particular experiment, and the formulas for